Hi guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. So in this video we're going to be looking at Evercade, which now has a collection of maybe 30 plus cartridges and maybe 300 plus games, and it covers a lot of genres from shoot 'em ups to driving games, even too many pinball games. There's lots of platformers and puzzlers. It covers a lot of genres and a lot of game styles out there. However, it doesn't have one game genre, which is a bit of a shame, and that would be first person shooters. And there's probably a good reason for that on the Evercade, primarily because the Evercade focuses on 8-bit and 16-bit games. Now looking back at that sort of era of gaming, there wasn't a lot of first person shooters, probably mainly because they couldn't handle the sort of 3D style. There are a few examples out there which we'll cover in this video, but ideally we probably need to get some from the 32-bit genre, but obviously it's down to licensing. There wasn't an awful lot of games out there. There were a few. Hopefully we could get something at some point, because it's something that's sorely missing from this library. Let's have a look at some examples I would like to actually see on the Evercade, if possible. So guys, obviously we'd love Doom on the Evercade. Not really sure it'll ever actually happen, but if we could get a version, I'd actually quite like this version, which is Final Doom, which was released on the PlayStation many years ago, probably around about 97, 96 maybe. But this was a great version. It was a lot trickier, definitely it was very challenging, but it was definitely a great version. It was kind of like a combination of the Lost Levels, so to speak, but it was great, absolutely fantastic, and you don't see this on many systems at all, and I would really love to see it. Obviously Doom would be good, but will it happen? I really do not know. Okay guys, here we have Exhumed, as it was known in the UK, or Power Slave in the US, and it was obviously set in Egyptian times, and it was a first person shooter. It was actually pretty good. I remember getting this at the time and quite enjoying it. It was obviously kind of like an alternative game to playing Doom. Not sure if we can license this game at all and who actually owns it, but it's probably more realistic to see this rather than Doom. There's not an awful lot of first person shooters out there that are probably likely to happen due to licensing. For example, PlayStation had The World Is Not Enough. We could have had GoldenEye on the N64, but realistically those games are never going to see the light of day on the Evercade due to the licensing issues. But there's obviously a lot of other games out there. Wolfenstein was a possibility. Game Boy Advance was fantastic, but again that's owned by ID Software. Not sure if that'll ever happen, but yeah, Exhumed, it could be a possibility. Okay guys, probably one of the biggest possibilities could be Zero Tolerance, which is actually owned by Pico Interactive, and I've actually seen this being released recently on the Nintendo Switch, Xbox and PlayStation, and it's obviously out there. If we could get a game, it could possibly be this one. It's not particularly amazing, and interestingly enough it is from the Mega Drive Genesis, which obviously was quite unique because there really wasn't an awful lot of 16-bit first-person shooters, especially on the Mega Drive. I I can't think of many at all, and this one did come later in the life of the Mega Drive. It's not too bad, to be honest. It's pretty decent. It's certainly playable. I think I would absolutely love to see this. Okay guys, as you know, we're getting home computers on the Evercade coming really soon in the form of C64, but that could obviously open the window to seeing Amiga on the Evercade due to the fact that Retro Games own the licensing for Amiga as well. And obviously they have the license for this game, which could be a possibility. This is Alien Breed 3D, which is a really decent first-person shooter, yep, on the Amiga. The Amiga did have a few first-person shooters. Obviously the screen is absolutely tiny, but this is very playable. It's really good. Obviously it's trying to do a sort of Doom-style game on the Amiga, and this was decent. The screen size is tiny, which is a little bit of a pain, but it's a good playable game. I probably preferred the 2D versions of Alien Breed, but I still would very much welcome this game on Evercade. Okay, sticking with the Amiga, we have Cider, which was actually released as a free game to be added to your A500 Mini from Retro Games, which was a nice touch. And it's actually not bad. It is pretty gory and it's got a very tiny screen again, but it's pretty decent. I don't see why we couldn't have this on the Evercade if we get Amiga games, that is. Okay guys, obviously sticking with Amiga, this is Gloom, which was kind of obviously a Amiga style Doom wannabe, and it was actually pretty good in its own right. It's a pretty much a no-brainer first-person shooter, just sort of go through the levels, kill everything you see, activate some doors kind of thing, but it was very playable. Now guys, what do you think? What could we possibly see on Evercade in the form of first-person shooters? What else is there out there that we could possibly see that's not going to be a nightmare to actually license? Obviously there's a lot of sort of games out there, like Alien Trilogy for example, but realistically that's never going to happen. I just don't see that happening on the Evercade. If it's going to be a big movie licensing or a big company like EA for example, I'd love to see Medal of Honor, but EA will probably never release that on the Evercade, which is such a shame. Guys, thanks for watching the video today. Please like, subscribe, and we'll catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.